Hi, my name is Kelsey Rutherford. During my first and only visit with my students, we completed a read aloud, we got to know each other, and we completed a writing prompt. In the read aloud, my student had a little bit of problems with her fluency and a lot of problems with comprehending what she had just read out loud. In the writing sample that we did, she had problems with digraphs and with spelling them and with making the sounds that they make. So for my lap book, I decided to focus on just those three things. A small game dealing with fluency, 5 activities dealing with reading comprehension, and also an activity that dealt with digraphs. For my first activity dealing with reading comprehension, I titled it About My Book because this would have been something to do with some sort of text, something that they would be reading. My first activity would be a timeline in which to place some important dates for things that they read aloud. So that would help them with comprehension and remembering what's going on in the story as they're reading aloud. Next, I have 3 big ideas. So they would have to choose 3 main ideas or 3 things that they felt were important in their text and write them here. Next, I had an activity dealing with the setting. These pull out. This would be 5 details about the setting with 5 little bullet points. And this was just a note/reminder about the definition of setting and what the setting is. Next, I had an activity that would deal with their text. This would be about the author's life. They would lift this and write about their author's life and do some research on their author. Story themes, my opinion of the author, a few books by the author, and 1 question I have for the author. And they would write these under these little tabs. Next, I had an activity dealing with digraphs, and my student was female, so I thought the flower activity with this says, in our book, let's find some SH, TH, PH, CH words. So they would make the flowers and be given directions on how to make the flowers and come up with words that started with TH, CH, PH, and SH. And this is a little flower vase. Okay, and my last little activity that I had on the lap book was actually just it's a number 6, a 6th activity, just for them to choose the stickers that they felt represented how they felt about the activities that they did. So each of these blue squares would be for the activity, and they would put the sticker. If they felt like they had a hard time with it, they could put a sad face. If they felt like it was easy or they did it quickly and well, they could put a happy face. My last activity actually wasn't on the lap book. This would be, I guess, activity, if you don't count this, 6. If you do count this, activity 7. It would be, it's called the Oh No game. So you would put common phrases from the text that they're reading on these little little pieces of paper. You fold them up and you put them in a jar. They would choose one of these, and if they read it with the correct, it's called the Oh No game because there's a bunch of oh no's in there. If they read it with the correct punctuation and fluently, they get to keep this and it counts as a point. If they misread it or don't read it with the correct punctuation, they have to put it back. Unless they have a second chance card, then they get to reread it again and try again to keep the point. Well, thank you. That was my lap book. I took a lot of time on it, and thank you. I enjoyed your class. Well, what we had of the class.